So folks, today's topic, filling back up.
Filling back up, and why it's important to keep your internal containers of love and energy full when you're in relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So what's been up for Natalie and I lately is that we've kind of been drained. We've been a little bit stressed out about finances and really working hard in our businesses.
Mm-hmm.
And what I've noticed happening for me is that I've ended up starting to come to Natalie more than I typically do, looking for emotional support. And in my words, basically being a little boy in our relationship, which isn't a turn on at all, and it actually robs her of a lot of energy. And I really realized that I was doing that in a call with a colleague and a mentor of mine, and I realized that I needed to go elsewhere to be getting my support and not try to be looking for it all here within the relationship, because it was really impacting her mood when she was having a hard time already.
Yeah, and there was definitely a moment that I could tell that I was getting to that point, because I've gotten a lot better about trying to notice it and not get to the place where I'm already tapped out and super resentful, because that's happened before, not even in relationship, just alone, because my job is to give. That's what I do. My tank is constantly being tapped, and I do it willingly. But there was even a moment, I think about a week ago, where I was trying to warn Bob, like, I'm feeling tapped out already, like I'm feeling really tapped out. And he did his best to try and fill me back up, but even that attempt, because he was so tapped out, ended up having me pissed off. Like, you said you were going to help me fill back up. And I was trying to kind of do what I needed to do, but it wasn't until recently that I even realized what was happening, which was I'm already tapped out with work and all the things I've been doing, and then I've been noticing Bob's been needing more energy and emotion from me. I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't have it. And so what little I did have was then being like drained, and it was just not good for either of us at all. So
what really flipped it is when we both got really conscious to the fact that that was going on, and it took both of us being on the same page, because you know, sometimes she can say it and I don't quite get it, and so we both got it this time.
Thank goodness.
And then we had a beach day,
which was exactly what I needed. Because what happens is, I know for me, in a lot of cases, I need to literally check out. And it looks different for everybody, how you fill your tank back up. But for me, I need to check out. And I need, especially because we had such kind of a strained space between us, a day for us to literally relax together, have fun together. We were playing around in the water, we were reading on the beach, and it just felt really good. And I even was contemplating going alone and spending a day by myself, because that's how I fill back up. But in this case, it was really important, I think, for both of us to do that and do it together, so that we're not just filling our own individual tanks back up, but the relationships tank. Because the relationships tank was drained too.
Yeah. And so she looks totally different today after having a little refill session, and I still need some more refilling to do, actually. And
oh, don't worry, I do too, Bob.
We both do. But it's just a huge difference, like really being intentional to take one day to really like check in with ourselves. What exactly do we want? What's going to really fill us back up? And not kind of making up stories about how maybe if I just give her a little bit more, then she'll be able to give me a little bit back. It's like, no, it doesn't work like that.
Oh yeah, you really have to check in with yourself. I mean, this is so much about personal responsibility, because I can't always rely on Bob to fill me up. He might be having his own thing going on, which has been the case, or just can't, or is not in a place to be able to. So we really need to look at ourselves first. Can we fill back up? And also, and we can make a request of our partner, you know, are you able to? help me or support me or, take a little bit of a load off. But at the end of the day, it really is up to us to make sure that it gets filled, whether with friends or, again, taking a day off, whatever works for you.
Mm-hmm. So that's a little bit of our story and what has been up for us in our relationship recently. And what does it look like for you in your relationship? What are some of the signs that you might use to notice that your tank is running low or that your partner's tank is running low? Mm-hmm. And then to really get present to the fact that that's going on and bring it up in conversation and communicate about it.
Yeah.
And then from there, what are some of the things that you need to do to get it filled back up? It might be going out by yourself to a party or dancing or going on a walk in the woods or taking a day off or taking a week off or just just check in with yourself and get really honest about what exactly you need to get filled up and bring a lot of energy back into the relationship so it can be fun, it can be playful, and it can be light, and it can feel expansive instead of needy and codependent.
Because let me tell you something, if your sex life is also a little bit on the fritz, that might be an area to look at, because if one or the other of you is not full, there's nothing to give. There's nothing that's overflowing. You're just, all you can think about is like, are you kidding me? There's no room in here.
Yeah, and ours kind of went just like
down totally
the tube
days, which is
a lot for us.
Ridiculously long amount of time. And so yeah, figure out what are the things that your indicators, right? What are your kind of little warning light when your gas tank is getting to empty and your reserve is about to get used up? Figuring that out, figuring things out that fill you up. And also I would add, talk to your partner and figure out things if you're in a relationship, what are things we can do together to fill up? So both individual things that we can do on our own, but also together, like as a couple, as a partnership. What are ways the relationship can get filled back up?
Yeah. So have fun filling back up and having amazing relationships and
sex.
We'll talk to you next time.
Bye.